quick care pharmacy where Harry did with Sinclair, if you want to support and learning. It is how cafe Episa and not well my last 2 weeks. Episa. Harry upon yes is true. Pisa money on Tipotla. Don't get him up to make a urine and zemo 3 times a day. Madam Lily, do me urine Harry, mew no medicine pussy are you. And where's the prescription? It is me a posh mommy. What's the sense of buying that? Lemocapi say no, you see the importance of going to your pharmacist, listening to your pharmacist, and having confidence in your pharmacist. FPS.plus will they place a higher premium on patient-pharmacist relationship than Quick Care Pharmacy Cote Halsbrook just before the National Bank. Cote Quick Care is not just a quick fix. It's not just about tablets and spoonfuls. They've brought back the care into medicine. Whether it's a prescription or over-the-counter medication, the priority is your health. To take the right medication, the right amount for the right reason. Madam Harry, I see right in your medical book, Next of King, Henrietta, Harry, movie farmer. By the way, it's Next of King, King. The Harry Ukakemo movie. All I want for you is good care. That is why I always recommend Quick Care Pharmacy because they help grow.
Do you?
We're back at 8:40 in the morning. We're in with the opposition leader. Of course, your telephone calls. 4493095. If there are any questions that you want to ask at this time, now is the best time. Hello.
Good morning, Mark.
Morning to you. How are you?
I'm a little frustrated, a little stressed out.
You're frustrated. Why are you frustrated?
Because we are out there in the United States trying to use our national bank card and everywhere is refusing it.
You're trying to use your bank card and you're getting some problems.
Yep.
Mr. Opposition Leader, I suspect some people are trying to make some donations. Are you aware of what is going on?
No, I'm not, man. What is she saying?
She's trying to use her bank card for you to make a donation?
Well, we try to make purchase in the United States because the cards cannot be used, and most places are refusing, saying that from the country the card comes from, they cannot use that card. They cannot accept that card.
No, but that seems to be a Dominican experiencing difficulty using a Dominican debit card in the United States.
Yes.
For purchases.
Your money's in Dominica?
Yes.
Yes.
So, do you know anything about that letter?
I'm hearing that. I heard a story about it yesterday, but this is new.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's up with that, but of course, people need to understand that the money movements of money go through the banking system, have all sorts of protocols involving the correspondent bank and all of that. So I'm not sure what's happening there. We need to find out further.
Yeah, because I saw the article from Kenneth Rijok sometime. Is it dated? That was a long time ago. Read banks in Dominica, but I don't know if that relates. I'm going to do a follow-up to that, Lennox.
Everything in the banks is a lot slower these days, where it involves movement of money or international transactions. And I would.
So you're not sure, actually.
I don't know precisely what is happening with that, but the banks have been tightening up their compliance with anti-money laundering and counteracting the financing of terrorism and so on. There's been a lot of new interest in movements of money in and out of Dominica, having regard to the Citizenship by Investment program and the corrupt way in which it's being managed by the Roosevelt Square administration. The fact that we do not have any accounts of the internet, accounts for passport money at the international banks operating in Dominica, meaning they feel that money is too risky to touch It could be the money from the proceeds of crimes like human trafficking, drug trafficking, you know, just money involved or tied up in the financing of terrorism and so on. And so they feel that the money being used to pay for the passports of the Commonwealth of Dominica are too risky, and they're not going to touch it anymore. They have decided against that. So it leaves us with the National Bank of Dominica as the only bank where the government of Dominica can operate an account for its citizenship by investment monies. And even that bank is having its fair share of challenges because the correspondent bank, the National Bank, of course, cannot do business on its own internationally. It must work through a correspondent bank. And this correspondent bank is insisting on a lot of information on the purchasers of passports to ensure that they know and they're satisfied that the source of money being used to pay for those passports is not some criminal source or the other. And so that has slowed down the process. The Prime Minister was saying recently that he now has to go and calculate how much less money he's going to be getting from citizenship as a result of this. He's trying to blame it on others, but he knows exactly what the problem is. So while I do not know this, I don't understand the specifics of what the caller is talking about. I've heard one report around that, but we will need to find out exactly what's going on, why people are experiencing difficulty using debit cards from a bank in Dominica they have used before in the United States. Why is that?
Well, let's find out if we have other callers similar. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Matt, and good morning, the Honorable Lennox Linton.
Hi, good morning.
That's Danny Luge calling.
Okay.
As the host of the 5 o'clock meeting on Thursday, and also the paragraph for the largest constituency on island. I would like to call out the people of Rosenhof to come in their numbers. Bring everybody. It will be a peaceful match. You will have police protection on the 30th. So I would like to invite the whole of Roseau and the whole of Dominica. We notice that the police are practicing to protect us. So we'd like to tell the whole of Dominica, come with your pots, come with your pans. We'd like to invite the gutter, Lapo Cabrit Band. We would like to invite Sugar Fire, to our meeting at 5 o'clock in Pottersville. It will be a massive meeting. I would like to say to Commissioner Carbon that whatever intimidation tactics that he's trying, the people of Dominica, the people of Rosenhof have crossed the fear barrier and will come out in our numbers to get an education from the leadership of the United Workers' Party. So I'm sure that other areas, we've had meetings all over the island. Tonight we'll be in Baffin State. And whatever tactics that the Prime Minister Skerrit and Minister Rayburn Blackmore and Chief Carbon is trying to intimidate, the people have crossed the fear barrier. And the people of Rosenhof will be coming out in the numbers, and the people of Dominica, Point Michel, Roseau South, Roseau Central, Roseau Valley, Salisbury, Wesley, Laplin, just name it, Salisbury will be coming out in our numbers with our pots, with our pans, to have a beautiful time in Rosenhof at 5 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you very much, Daniel Luge there, the Palrap for the Goodwill.
The host of the 5 p.m. event at the Pottersville headquarters. But Matt, you see, understand for perspective where we are in Dominica. You remember the radio Talk on the Block and the Hot Seat gave much prominence some time ago to the kidnapping and beating by a minister of government of a man in La Plaine who the minister falsely accused of stealing his dash-in. Remember that, man?
Yes, I remember.
The minister falsely accused the man of stealing his dash-in. Minister kidnapped the man, brought him to his basement, beat him up. Police did nothing about it. Nobody did anything about it. This man has a clear case of criminal assault by the minister. And in order for that to go away, the government has given the man a house. In other words, they have bought his silence with a house. And they're also hoping with that house to buy his vote at the next election. Now, let us apply this specific example on the record of Dominica to what has happened recently. There's another false accusation. Remember, it begins with false accusations. False accusation of a man stealing your dashin. He has a case against you, so you beat him up. You beat him up, he has a case against you, so you then go and you buy him. You buy his silence, and you're trying to buy his vote. Now we have another false accusation. What's the false accusation? That there was a coup. That there was a coup planned against the government of Dominica. And they used that coup to brutalize, to intimidate members of the opposition. You had Thompson Fontaine, you had Sam Christian. Well, Sam Christian was before the coup plot. Since the coup, you had Thompson Fontaine, you had Claudia Sanford, you had Joseph Isaac, you had Johnson Boston, you had young George from the Valley, you had the truck driver from Wesley, right? All of these individuals arrested, and with the exception of Claudia Sanford and Oswald George, released without charge, but held in police detention under significant stress. Police entering their homes at odd hours in the morning, ransacking their house, intimidating their children, trying to instill fear into the political opposition. Similar to the beating of the man who was falsely accused of stealing dashin. You have people now falsely accused of being involved in the coup, being arbitrarily brutalized and harassed by the police authority. You see the similarity? So the whole intention is to ensure that you crack down on dissent. You decide the people that you want to brutalize and you want to bully them. You create a false story about them. You accuse them of all sorts of things. And then even when you know there is no evidence that anything like that happened, you continue with your brutality. You continue with your abuses. And that is where we have come in Dominica, which puts our democracy under threat, which is another powerful reason why this Skerrit administration must go and Mr. Skerrit must resign. Because you see, in South Korea recently, Park Geun-hye, the president, was impeached. The Constitutional Court decided earlier this month that her actions had seriously impaired the spirit of democracy and the rule of law. We have a similar thing in Dominica, perhaps even to a higher level, where Roosevelt Skerrit's actions over the years have seriously impaired the democracy and the rule of law in Dominica. And there are people who believe, those of us in the parliamentary opposition who stand for what is right, who have a duty under the Constitution to stand up and to serve the country without fear or favor, affection or ill will, sworn to uphold the Constitution, we do not have a moral obligation to demand that Mr. Skerrit resigns. We do, and we accept it, we stand with it, and we're moving forward on that basis. So Thursday afternoon, Pottersville, Savannah, by the Hard Court, Danny Luge and Rosa North will be hosting Dominica in a grand public meeting. And we'll have a second public meeting in Lago at 7 o'clock on Thursday night, where the Honorable Joseph Isaac and the wonderful people of Roseau Central will be hosting their brothers and sisters from all over Dominica.
Let's take a phone call. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
I say praises, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those who have sacrificed their personal safety and security trying to elevate mankind to humanity. Mr. Perry, blessings in your family.
Blessings. How are you doing?
I not even greeting Mr. Linton this morning.
Okay, why?
Because smoke and fire coming out from my ears and my mouth. Mr. Linton, blessings to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Danny Luge, blessings to you. All those who have think, or who have thought, or who think the ultimate sacrifice was only a one-shot thing. Be careful. Life is a perpetual cycle of sacrifice. You cannot ask somebody what is belonging to you. You have to take it whether legally or illegally. No law, no constitution. That criminal or these criminals are living by the letter of these utterances. No law, no constitution can restrict, restrain, or limit them. But then it has to be applicable to other people. We are, stuck reminiscing and are frozen in a nostalgic cramp. My brother, we are so afraid of the now. We're borrowing from the past and inviting the future. Let us deal with things the way they are. What are we looking for is where we are looking from. These criminals are dictators from 10 years ago. I saw the criminals. When a man can concoct a story, he and Tony Astafans, Roosevelt Skerry, to jail the opposition leader. And we all know the details, so I will not get into it. And police freed him. Peter Fisher beating man, imprisoning man and doing things, give them house and say dashing house, carry come dashing house. How more ridiculous we have to allow things to get, and more brutal and unconstitutional before we stand up and say enough is enough, and I'm going to make it short. When you hear me talking the other day, some little fool tell me, what are your signs? I say, Scorpio, oh, all back and no bite. You don't know who you're dealing with. If need be, let my blood be used in the pens of those who will write this bloody passage of history. But I refuse to surrender my dignity, morality, sanity, and liberty to these honorable criminals. Thursday it is. Thursday it is. Dominicans, stop being afraid. Are you going to see things intensify? It is already. It just needs to be intensified. If a man is in his underwear, he's naked. You're waiting for when he removes the underwear to say he's naked. People, wake up and let us rise up and show these criminals we will not be enslaved by them, not by or be afraid of them because of the guns and all the nonsense. Danny, thank you. Mr. Linton, I vexed you this morning, but I know strategy. I know man have to be very intelligent in the art of war. Things are healthy. So let us protect the leader. But I am telling all you, Dominicans, wake up. Thank you.
Thank you, too. We're taking a break and then we come right back after this. This is Q95. This is Matt. I'm back.
Do you want to drive longer for less? New state-of-the-art Rubis Ultratech gasoline and diesel fuel uses advanced fuel technology to optimize your vehicle's performance and improve its fuel economy. By removing deposits, Ultratech helps keep your engine clean and running like new. What does this really mean for you? Simple. You drive longer and save money. Fuel the difference with Rubis Ultratech fuel. Get Rubis. Get going.
I ka ni pon yon tousse. I ka ni pon yon estene. I ka ni pon yon moun kawi. I ka ni pon yon conversation. Avanel ouye, la ou mette kan son mwen.
Mon ka tape kan son la.
Ini ka mat pour 60% moun ki ni tibi ki pa ka tape traitement pour maladie ya. Eve yo ka ni mo. Tellement moun pa même sav yo ni. I woni pa sa gade yo moun avec di ni tibi. C'est pour ça tout moun ni pour propre caution. Espresso aimer soukwe la main moun. Lave la main ou souple. Couvert bouchou le ou ka estene. Avec le ou ka toussi. Moun ka ni tousse avec estene a vijay moun. Ça pas la manière. Le possible ou ete loin hod n'importe place ki ni yo pile moun. Visitez docteur ou ebe health center ou sou kwe ou te exposé pour un moun ki ni tibi. Fais tout ça qui possible pour empêcher corps taper tibi. Et sou peut-être savouni, pas passer pour les autres moun. En commission au département promotion santé, au ministre santé ici.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe,
Turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Say hello to free Facebook on Digicel. No active data plan or Wi-Fi needed. Only a Digicel phone. Stay connected to friends and family with free Facebook on Facebook Flex. And feel free to show some love or some likes, or free to connect just to say hello. With Facebook Flex, you can post, like, comment, share, upload photos and chat anytime, anywhere. Go to facebook.com to learn more. Facebook Flex is available only on Digicel. Digicel, be extraordinary.
Comme Madame a reporté ça que quoi chez médecin pour écouter la pharmacie where Harry did good bossing class if you want to support and learning. It is how cafe episa and not well my last 2 words. Episa. Harry upon yes is true. Pisa money on tipot la. Doctor di mo pour mettre urine and zimo 3 times a day. Madame Lieli do urine Harry miu no medicine pour save are you. And where's the prescription? Il dit me a poche mommy. What's the sense of buying that? Les mo capi c'est tout le temps. No, you see the importance of going to your pharmacist, listening to your pharmacist and having confidence in your pharmacist. PS.plus will they place a higher premium on patient-pharmacist relationship than Quick Care Pharmacy Kote Halsbro just before the National Bank. Kote Quick Care is not just a quick fix. It's not just about tablets and spoonfuls. They've brought back the care into medicine. Whether it's a prescription or over-the-counter medication, the priority is your health. To take the right medication, the right amount for the right reason. Madam Harry, I see right in your medical book, next of kin, Henrietta Harry, movie farmer. By the way, it's next of kin, her king. The Harry Ukakimo movie. All I want for you is good care. That is why I always recommend Quick Care Pharmacy because they have
We're back and we're taking your phone calls. Hello, good morning. This is the Hudson. Hello?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Linton.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Morning.
You know what really strikes me? I'm not going to get too excited, but what really strikes me is the hypocrisy associated with this. When we look at our history, when we look at Charles Angelo Savrin, a.k.a. the Ayatollah's history, now sitting in the seat of the president, it's just a bit overwhelming, and I do declare him with no fear as Dominica's biggest hypocrite. I have to. I have no choice. And if there's a consequence to it, let me suffer it. Because Charles Angelo Savrin stood in the parish hall and said, tonight, and I quote, tonight we are going to teach Jojo a lesson. This was not about ideology. This was not about it was an attack, a direct orchestrated attack on the Karam family. And he sits there and says on the 7th of February there was unprecedented violence. How can a man lie so much? Oh my God. How can you be in the seat of a president in a constitution that this presidential position is largely ceremonial? There's very little executive power that you have or duties, and you sit there and say something like that. How partisan can you get from the seat of the king of the country? My God, karma is about to strike. Karma is about to strike. This is the same man that got rid of our first president. He attacked the presidency and made him flee and live in exile. The president had to run.
Lennox Linton, you're saying this morning, this is not about the security of the country. You think it's merely political. The reason
it is purely political, Matt. It is an attempt to establish Roosevelt Skerritt's dictatorial hold on Dominica, and the people must come out and resist it. I was making the analogy a while ago with the Dashing House in La Plaine and where the rest of the people find themselves. Notice that the Dashing House is delivered to the gentleman who was kidnapped and beaten by Peter Saint-Jean on one of these trips that the government is making around the country. So when they went to La Plaine, they had the Dashing House to deliver. And you saw the Minister of Constituency Empowerment, the representative for the Grand Bay constituency, dancing happily, running around the people, the few people who gathered there, that the gentleman had confirmed the government had bribed him to buy his silence and to vote for Peter Saint-Jean, who had kidnapped and beaten him in the next election. What are they doing? They have created a coup plot, a concoction of a coup plot against the leadership of the opposition. They've used that to brutalize them, to brutalize the people's representatives. And now in the very same way as they're going around handing out the Dashing House, they're going around handing out money, handing out materials, handing out monies for all sorts of special projects in order to do what they have done with the Dashing man, which is buy his silence and buy his vote in the next election. So you see what the similarity is. And they are comfortable with that sort of behavior, which makes them unsuitable to run the affairs of the Commonwealth of Dominica in the way the Commonwealth of Dominica deserves its affairs to be run at this time in global civilization.
Do you have an update, Lennox, on the chairman of the election?
No, I don't.
I was told Mr. Burton was flown to Antigua. You have no update?
No, I have not heard anything further since it was reported that Mr. Burton was airlifted to Antigua for medical attention. We trust that he's doing well, and we hope and pray for full and speedy recovery, but no matter, unfortunately, I have heard nothing further from that report.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello.
Let's take that phone call. We'll talk.
All right. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome back, although we didn't really miss you because Thompson did a good job.
It's okay. I know you did a great job.
Good morning, Honorable Lennox Linton.
See you there. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Excellent.
We will not let the Gestapos scare us with all their scare tactics. They can start to run in the streets of Roseau from now till kingdom come. We will not let them scare us, because Charles Savre taught us how to do it according to Coppell. Dominicans, stand up for Dominica. People in Russia stood up for Russia against corruption in Russia. People in Cuba, the women in white, standing up in Cuba. People all around the world, even in China, having massive protests and demonstration. You know what started that multi-million people march in Washington? It was one woman that took her cell phone and started texting people, telling them what for them to do and what not for them to do. And before you bit your eyes, people around the world were protesting. Dominicans, stand up. And I understood that Skerrit is making a dash for the White House. We have to watch him. Tell him nothing will go so. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. We're taking a quick break, and then we come back after this.
6-week pre-Easter promotion happening at the Healthy Living Wellness Center, March 6 to April 15, 2017, offering 25% discount on all services. Get the benefits of a lifetime member. Call them today at 440-8988.
The heat. You want to feel cool all the time? Well, here's a deal of a lifetime. Own today a top quality air conditioned unit from Tong Refrigeration. It's as easy as $186 monthly. Anybody can have it. Just ask for the Cool and Easy payment plan. Cool and Easy at Tong Refrigeration at Fokole. Terms and conditions apply.
Right about now, the Marigot Development Corporation presents Marigot Reunion 2017 Mayfest International Gospel Revival, Sunday, April 23rd from 6 p.m. sharp, hosted by Yannick Victor and Kenson Wilshire, featuring live out of the Nature Isle, Sanctified, the SDA All-Star Band featuring Lester Celestin and the man Nell. International ministries include Bridget Blusher, Marlon Anderson and Michael Reed. Also featuring live on stage DJ Miracle and the man DJ Alfie. That's happening Sunday, April 23rd, starting 6 p.m. sharp at the Marigot Fisheries Complex. Adults $25, children only $10 gets you in. The Mayfest International Gospel Revival brought to you in part by Countryside Bread, Mrs. Studman, Q95 FM Radio, Lubia Spring Water, Prevo Enterprises, Happy Car Rentals, Digicel Play, Marigot Development Corporation, Fruiter, and Digicel. It's all about Sunday, April 23rd, Marigot Reunion 2017, Mayfest International Gospel Revival. See you there.
Every time I look to you. You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face. At least when it comes to your waning finances, you've got the edge. Help is coming your way. You've got big edge for those days when you're running low. Big edge is the place to go. Big edge, the cash can be in your hand. Big edge, with the easiest payment plan. Big edge, cash in a flash.
It's a 6-week pre-Easter promotion happening at the Healthy Living Wellness Center, March 6 to April 15, 2017, offering 25% discount on all services. Get the benefits of a lifetime member. Call them today at 440-8988.
Delicious and creamy coconut curry shrimp, decadent and smoky barbecue ribs, mouth-watering seafood, and a wide selection. Try a satisfying glass of our famous Greenhouse Rum Punch. Greenhouse Sports Bar and Grill, the ideal place for casual dining, healthy MSG-free foods. Come and dine with us in our downtown location or on the Mero Highway. And don't forget our Bayview Catering Hall, where we do weddings, company events, and so much more. Greenhouse is a place for a quality dining experience, drinks, and a comfortable ambiance. Call us in Roseau, 448-0080. In Mero, 449-7223. Visit our Facebook page, Greenhouse Sports Bar and Grill and Bayview Catering Hall. We work hard at improving our quality to meet your demands.
Okay, let's take another phone call after the break. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Matt Peltier.
Hey, good morning to you, Lieutenant. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome back, Matt.
Good to be back.
Doc did great justice for you.
Always.
Good. Good morning, Mr. Lennox Linton.
Command Sergeant
Honorable.
Major. A very good morning to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Matt, let me say to you, Dominicans need to get ready with a strong mind to be out there in the masses. Mr. Daniel Carbon, I've said it before, he is derelict of his duty. He is there to do one thing, and that is to protect Mr. Skerritt. We no longer can afford to have a man like Mr. Daniel Carbon standing in the way of democracy. Dominicans, you know the rest of the story. You know how wealthy Roosevelt Skerritt and his goons have gotten. The time is now. Jean Guabe, ouvrez les yeux, ouvrez les yeux, parce que maintenant, c'est l'heure pour ça du bout, pour ça, je believe them. Skerritt a fait assez, ils a connaissé assez, Jean Guabe. Levez, sorti, dis au pas vle Skerritt ever Justina Charles encore, parce que Justina Charles pas connaître rien, c'est pour faire. Justina Charles is not equipped. She is not ready. She needs to go. Skerritt needs to go. Dominicans, I am calling on you and disregard Mr. Carbon. Daniel Carbon is not ready. Daniel Carbon is from Vegas. He is serving his master. He is a puppet of the Skerritt regime. Mr. Daru, you need to go. We cannot continue to have you representing the Southeast when you are in bed with Mr. Skerritt and it's all about you. Granburians, peacefully, I am calling on every one of you to stand up, be in the rally, join the masses, and say enough is enough for the sake of democracy for Dominica. I am tired of Dominica being the footstool of Skerritt and the laughingstock of the Caribbean. Thank you very much, Matt. I'm listening, and I stand in solidarity with the police who stand tall against Mr. Carbon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you too. All the telephone lines are going there. Hello. Good morning, Tuesday.
Yes, it's me again. I just want to ask Mr. Linton a question. Mr. Linton, if America is investigating Skerrit, will Skerrit ever know that he's been investigated by America until they're ready for him? Because I heard on the news the other day, since 1997, Haitian man in public office right now was being investigated, and it's only last month they could get him to extradite him back to the States to face trial for some drug trafficking. So I would like to ask you that question. If he's been investigated by America, will the people ever tell him that, sir, we are investigating you? Because they asked the man, Mr. Kenrich, I understood, ask a question, and the lady told him no. What do you expect her to tell you, sir? Have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah, but to that point, caller, it could be any number of different things, and there's no set rule or protocol. He could know, he could not know. I'm not aware of what the circumstances are. So sometimes he could actually be somebody of interest to the United States could actually be questioned by the United States, so that they know the United States has an interest in them. They could actually even visit the United States at the invitation of the law enforcement authorities for one reason or another. Probably they're cooperating on some other matter where they're giving evidence against somebody who has already been picked up and is awaiting trial for something. Or it could be that they know nothing. But I cannot tell you that there's any set protocol on that. He could know, he could not necessarily know. I don't know. But Matt, also to say, this morning, we are happy to be involved in an excellent collaboration with our diaspora partners. We have the two groups that have been more visibly with us, the Dominicans in Defense of Democracy 3D and We Are Dominica WAD. And they from the United States have teamed up, and they are busy, very focused, raising funds, getting contributions to support our activities in Dominica, to insist and to ensure that Mrs. Skerrit leaves office. And they are, again, asking for donations. We join them in that regard. And donations can be made via the We Are Dominica website. It's as simple, www.wearedominica.com. That is the site to which the Dominicans in Defense of Democracy 3D and We Are Dominica WAD are directing contributions for this worthy cause in the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Let's go back to the telephone. Are you there, caller?
Penalty, I have been there and I keep on being there. Good morning to you and the Honorable Mr. Linton.
Good morning, sir.
Listeners
Good
here
morning.
worldwide.
Good morning, sir.
But first, let me once again, take this opportunity to commend people like Mr. Linton, Danny Lugay, Dr. Fontaine. Those people, Isaac and the rest, who put themselves in the political field. These people are my heroes, Matt. Because the amount of sacrifice these people make, these people are people with families, They give all that up, come to save Dominica for us. And the amount of pressure these people get is incredible, So once again, let me thank them very much. Somebody has to do the dirty work, I can tell you, to get this government out. And I'm commending every single one of these guys, Joshua Francis, who put themselves there to try and help this country. You, my boys, are my heroes. But first, I'll tell you 2 quick points. About 12 months ago, Matt, I could get up from my bed at 4 o'clock Dominican time, which is 8 o'clock British time. I would ring my bank, Matt, at 4 o'clock in the morning here, which is 8 o'clock London time. I got an account with my London bank. I would ring them to send me something like £1,000 or £800, Matt. My first penalty, within 3.5 hours, when I leave home and go to Roseau at 7:30 in the morning, don't forget I told you I ring England at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
By 7:30, the money is already in the bank account, Matt. The bank is not even opened yet. I don't know how they did it, but it was done. In fact, when I mentioned that one of the girls at my bank, they said to me, they just laughed. I said, one day I went down, I rang my bank at 4 in the morning, home. When I got to Roseau at 7:30, the money was there. I said, 8 o'clock, I went to them, I said, check my account and see. when she saw that was true, she just shook her head, you know. So it was taking 3.5 hours to get my money down from Britain because to Dominica. Nowadays, Matt, it takes at least 3 working days. Most of the time I ring now, if I ring now, let's say it was Tuesday, Wednesday, by Thursday or Friday I would get it, whereas before it was 3 hours. So obviously they are monitoring monies coming down from Dominica or whatever. So there's something going. So the lady who spoke to you from America and told you she was experiencing difficulty with a card or whatever, it seems to me there's something going on there, Matt, and that is true. Okay? So that's point number 1. So they're monitoring our money coming down. Secondly, Matt, I heard Lennox mention about electoral reforms for 9 years. My brother Lennox, electoral reform, we've been asking for that since 2005, 12 years ago. The very first meeting for electoral reform took place at Newtown Savannah, where they now play football. And it happened after 2005 elections because there was massive amount of bribery and fraud going on at the time. In fact, at that time, God bless his soul, Mr. Frampton deceased, I was his campaign manager. And when I saw the amount of bribery going on, people getting paid to vote, people being brought down from overseas, I was ashamed to be a Dominican, I can tell you. You know, that was a disgraceful, humanity at its most disgraceful. You know, they go get in everything, galvanized plywood and money, people bring down to vote. That's 2005. That is what prompted, that was a spark that ignited the call for electoral reform. And it took place in 2005. So it's been going on for 12 years. And the reason those guys are not going to give electoral reform, and we allow them to get away with it, I heard Lennox said that they are comfortable in doing that. But of course, if we let them be comfortable, Lennox, they'll still come on doing it. I believe these guys are playing games with us. And I've always told you, and I'll tell you once again, that people from Dominica, the Caribbean people seems to have something in them which prevents them from standing up for their rights. I don't see that same reluctance in white people and Indian people and Chinese people. Those people stand. You yourself see what happened in Korea the other day. People are standing up for their rights. What is it about Caribbean people? All right, black people. I know a lot of people don't want me to use that word, but I will use it. It's a fact of life. What is it about our people that make us reluctant to stand for our rights? The last time we stood up, my brother, was during the times of slavery, when we were being bastardized and dehumanized by the white man. We decided we had enough of that, and we stood up. That is the last time that I know in history, really, that we've actually stood up. And the repression in Dominica will continue. People like Mr. Scarrett and Blackmon and the police commissioner, we are making those people feel important in Dominica because we allow them to do what they want to do. We have to take to the streets. If we have to sleep there night and day until Scarrett goes, he has to go. This guy is disgraceful, and the people supporting that man, knowing very well that they are corrupt and evil, those people will end up in the burning fires of hell, Matt. And I agree with Lennox, let us all stand up for our rights. It is time the oppression of our people stop. The black man in history we have been through enough oppression. And the reason for that, we do not stand up. It is time you all get yourselves in the streets of Roseau to take over your country. That is your country where you were born.
So you will be there on Thursday?
My first Peltier, I am willing to sleep in the streets of Roseau night and day for a month. Tell me about a meeting, That is the only way you're going to get these people out, The Constitution, Matt Peltier, didn't tell you can buy a gun and shoot anybody, The power they give you is the people's power. That's why I said to Thompson Fontaine the other day, the democratic system of government tells you quite graphically it is a system of the people, for the people, by the people. And I told Fontaine that the word people is mentioned in that concise definition 3 separate times. And the logic of that is quite simple. If the people do not participate in democracy, the politicians will participate in it for them. They'll take it over. That is why you have to ask for accountability and transparency. It's a people thing, The people you elect, 11 of them, have no power at all. The power is with you. You have to monitor them and make sure they do what they have to do. So when I hear about powers, we make Scarrett feel he is important because we do not participate really in that process. When I say participate, Matt, finally, it means not only going in the box and put an X for Scarrett or Linton or anybody, It means that you, as the people who put them there, have to monitor them all the time. Because if you do not do that, they will take it over. It will become a politician democracy, if you like, It will become an autocracy. So as Linton said to you many times, the power is with the people. And I bet my life, Matt, on that if 10,000 people go to Rosa tomorrow and sit there for 2 days, 3 nights, Kerry will be out. How do you deal with that massive crowd in the street asking for resignation? That is the only way you're going to do it, Matt, And as I said to our people, it is time you do like the white people, the Chinese people, the Indians. You have to stand up for your rights. Morning, Matt.
Morning to you. We'll take our final caller. We'll allow Mr. Lennox Linton to wrap up this morning. This big one planned for Thursday. Goodwell and Roseau in Langon. Hello.
Good morning to you, Matt Peltier.
Sir, how are you?
Not bad. Welcome back and good morning to the Honorable Lennox Linton.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
All patriots here.
Morning, sir.
Over there. The Commissioner of Police says that he's not going to give the permission for a demonstration. Henceforth, it is to do with the security of the country.
Yes.
But where was the security of the country when Mr. Skerry told us he know who put the fire at the Melvin Hall Airport? Is the Commissioner of Police not concerned about that statement by the Prime Minister? Where was the security of our country when 3 men was beaten in La Plaine by the parliamentary representative? And on top of that, one of them was given a house, and the poor guy said the PAL rep should beat him long time. Where was the security of the country? Where was the security of the country when Montfared, a criminal, was hiding in Mont Daniel in the Commonwealth of Dominica? The Commissioner of Police was not concerned about security of the country. He was not concerned. Where was the security of the country when our Constitution is being violated by those who were placed there to uphold law and order and the Constitution? Where is the security of the country? Our passport is being sold to crooks and criminals, left, right, and center all over the world. Is the Commissioner of Police not concerned of the security of the country with our passport in the hands of crooks and criminals? Is the Commissioner of Police not concerned with security of the country when Mr. Skerrit says face the opposition, go in their face when you meet them in churches, in restaurants, on plane, and call them traitors and so? Where was the security of the country? Is the Commissioner of Police not concerned? Where was the security of the country when they said that Honorable Lennox Linton leaked out Roosevelt Skerrit personal document and police officers went to his home to ransack his home, and only to find out it was Tony Astafan who leaked it out, and then Roosevelt Skerrit came out and said he gave Skerrit Tony Astafan the permission to do that. Where was the security of the country at that time? Mr. Mills, a police officer, calling the radio left, right, and center. Where is the security of the country? The Commissioner of Police is not concerned that other police officers cannot call, and Mr. Mills continue to call as a public officer. Gunny Manuel house got firebomb. Where is the security of the country at the time to give rescue to Gunny Manuel after all? Those things that cannot be right. The Prime Minister, Matt, told us he know who put the fire at Melvin Hall, and they are not concerned about that. The power in people is always greater than the people in power. And those in the office have to understand that they are supposed to be the servants of the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica. And if they feel they are our masters, and then they can take a whip and to lead us, hit us on our backs, Matt, they must understand. And they must know it is Charles Savary who taught us how to stand up in 1979. And what was his words? A demonstration or a strike is either successful or unsuccessful. The Constitution makes provision for us to exercise our rights. It's not Kerry that giving it to us. It's not the Labour Party that giving it to us. It's not Daniel Carbon, the Commissioner of Police, that is giving it to us. It is the Constitution. So on that note, we are going to turn out in massive numbers to send a message to Skerry. And he feels because he goes around and gives money there, he gives. We still know, and we will still talk about the criminal passports you have been selling to crooks and criminals. We will talk about that. Montfarret not going under the table. You think we're going to sweep it underneath the table? You have to will and come again. And finally, if they don't want to hear what we are saying, and if they feel they are not the servant and the masters of the people, we will always and any time we can show them what the people of Dominica intend to do in terms of rescuing. We're not going to throw stones. We're not going to throw bottles like how Savren taught us to do that. But we're going to stand up in large numbers to send a message to Charles Agitator Savren, Roosevelt Skerrit, and this competent administration. You must go. And no amount of money you come with, no amount of lies you come with, no amount of houses, no amount of pit toilets, no amount of handouts you come with is going to take off the issues confronting the people of Dominica. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, Lennox Linton. You have the final minutes here.
Yeah, thanks,
of course,
man.
just to remind us of this big one coming up on Thursday.
Well, yes, man. Thursday will be at the Pottersville Savannah, the hard courts, 5 o'clock in the afternoon for meeting number 1. That is where all of Dominica, all of the patriots of the Commonwealth of Dominica, from every nook and cranny, from every hamlet, from every village, will be converging on the Roseau North constituency. The precise location is the hard court next to the Pottersville Savannah. And then we move, then we have a meeting, a second meeting in Lago on Thursday night from 7 o'clock. Now, the police are out this morning on the streets of Roseau showing force. They're out there chanting. The very same thing that they don't want the people of Dominica to do, they're doing. But we have no police to deal with criminal acts that are engaged in stealing elections. We have no police when the vital interests of this country are being attacked. The national security threat that is implicit in a prime minister concocting lies and stories about a non-existent coup is a very serious matter. I don't think the national security had a bigger threat facing it in recent times than this lie peddled by the prime minister. But they will not deal with the prime minister. Instead, they seek to put the lie on other people and to brutalize them and punish them for the lie that the prime minister has created, rather than deal with the prime minister. The meetings on Thursday are meetings in a democracy of the people, by the people, for the people, for the good of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as the sons and daughters of this land stand to be counted for doing what is right for their country. And in doing what is right for the country at this time, we are demanding the resignation of Roosevelt Skerrit. We, the people, have transferred power to a group of people, or we're in the habit of transferring power through elections to a group of people every 5 years. People who will represent us well. People who will not disgrace us in the international community as Roosevelt Skerrit has done. People who will not sell our diplomatic passports to crooks and criminals. People who will not associate the office of Prime Minister with roguish, vagabond conduct in the international community. People who will not sink us deeper and deeper into poverty while they enrich themselves with millions and millions from the backs of the poor people of this country. People who will stand for us. And we have the right to break the contract at any time when we see that there is serious misconduct, and there has been serious misconduct, as is evidenced by the beating by Peter Seja of the man in La Plaine, the granting to him of a dashing house with state funds, and similarly as we go around the country to buy his silence and to buy his vote, similarly as we go about the country, the brutalization of the people of Dominica, and then the attempt now to buy their silence after impoverishing them, to buy their silence and to buy their vote with the people's money in the upcoming, in the election whenever it is called. I hear the snap one is coming soon. We want electoral reform, and we will have it before we go back to the polls to vote. Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock. Thursday evening, 7 o'clock. Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock is in Pottersville. 7 o'clock is in Lago. We thank our partners. We thank the people who have been collaborating with us. As we said, 3D, Triple D. Good morning, Gabriel Christian. Good morning, Lazarus. Good morning, Maslin Gordon. Good morning, Addy, Paul, and the rest of the folks at WAD. And thank you for your effort. The drive for donations continues. Go to the website www.wearedominica.com. See you, Matt. I will be, if you want me back on Talk on the Block to talk about other matters, or if I'm going to call, we'll do that. We have a lot of business to talk with this nation. And tonight at 7 o'clock, we will be in Bath Estate. All of the people from the Roseau catchment will join us in Bath Estate, part of our series of meetings around the country where we're educating the people on the necessity for the resignation of Roosevelt Square to this cabinet. God bless you, Matt. Take care.
God bless you too, Lionel Clinton.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe, turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Right about now, the Marigot Development Corporation presents Marigot Reunion 2017 Mayfest International Gospel Revival, Sunday, April 23rd from 6 p.m. sharp. Hosted by Yannick Victor and Kenson Wilshire. Featuring live out of the Nature Isle. Sanctified, the SDA All-Star Band featuring Lester Celestin and the Manson. International ministries include Bridget Blusher, Marlon Anderson and Michael Reed. Also featuring live on stage DJ Miracle and the man DJ Alfie. That's happening Sunday, April 23rd, starting 6 p.m. sharp at the Marigot Fisheries Complex. Adults $25, children only $10 gets you in. The Mayfest International Gospel Revival brought to you in part by Countryside Bread, Mrs. Studman, Q95 FM Radio, Lubia Spring Water, Prevo Enterprises, Happy Car Rentals, Digicel Play, Marigot Development Corporation, Fruiter, and Digicel. It's all about Sunday, April 23rd, Marigot Reunion 2017, Mayfest International Gospel Revival. See you there.
Every time I look to
Say hello to free Facebook on Digicel. No active data plan or Wi-Fi needed. Only a Digicel phone. Stay connected to friends and family with free Facebook on Facebook Flex. And feel free to show some love or some likes, or free to connect just to say hello. With Facebook Flex, you can post, like, comment, share, upload photos and chat anytime, anywhere. Go to facebook.com to learn more. Facebook Flex is available only on Digicel. Digicel, be extraordinary.
Comme Madame a reporté ça que bois chez médecin pour député en pharmacie, where Harry did with bossing class, if you want to support and learning. It is how cafe Episa and not well my last 2 weeks. Episa. Harry upon yes is true. Pisa money on tipot la. Doctor Dimo to make the urine and zemo 3 times a day. Madame Lieli do urine Harry, no medicine for sleep are you. And where's the prescription? It me a posh mommy. What's the sense of buying that? Lemoka PC tout temps. No, you see the importance of going to your pharmacist, listening to your pharmacist, and having confidence in your pharmacist. LPS.plus will they place a higher premium on patient-pharmacist relationship than Quick Care Pharmacy Kote Halsbro just before the National Bank. Kote Quick Care is not just a quick fix. It's not just about tablets and spoonfuls. They brought back the care into medicine. Whether it's a prescription or over-the-counter medication, the priority is your health. To take the right medication, the right amount for the right reason. Madam Harry, I see right in your medical book, Next of King, Henrietta Harry, movie farmer. By the way, it's Next of King, her king, the Harry Ukakimo movie. All I want for you is good care. That is why I always recommend Quick Care Pharmacy because they have
Right about now, the Marigot Development Corporation presents Marigot Reunion 2017 Mayfest International Gospel Revival, Sunday, April 23rd from 6 p.m. sharp. Hosted by Yannick Victor and Kenson Wilshire. Featuring live out of the Nature Isle. Sanctified, the SDA All-Star Band featuring Lester Celestin and the Manson. International ministries include Bridget Blusher, Marlon Anderson and Michael Reed. Also featuring live on stage DJ Miracle and the man DJ Alfie. That's That's happening Sunday, April 23rd, starting 6 p.m. sharp at the Marigot Fisheries Complex. Adults $25, children only $10 gets you in. The Mayfest International Gospel Revival brought to you in part by Countryside Bread, Mrs. Studman, Q95 FM Radio, Lubia Spring Water, Prevo Enterprises, Happy Car Rentals, Digicel Play, Marigot Development Corporation, Fruiter, and Digicel. It's all about Sunday, April 23rd, Marigot Reunion 2017, Mayfest International Gospel Revival. See you there.
Every time I look to
is man's first priority. For nothing is more important than feeding the people. And it's agriculture that makes everything else.
Okay, it's the Tuesday when you know we usually talk to the farmers for a few minutes there until 10. Mr. Telemac is in the house. Haven't seen the other farmers just said. Mr. Louis is not doing too well. I want to wish him a speedy recovery. Matt, good morning to you. How are you, sir?
Yes, good morning, Matt. And good morning to the listening public.
What's happening to the farmers in the north?
Well, Matt, we are trying our best, ever best. But what we noticed, that we had up to 2 cycles of spray oil, which show definitely we can control the black cedar tucker. Our quality of fruits has improved. The bunches who used to just stay and drop out of the mother throat, they all could stay from that and full up in a way that they could even meet the market, not at the high standard, but they could meet the market. They could use us as food to our pots and whatsoever it is. But what I notice, the long span, and other farmers are complaining, the long span time, they allow the spores to start to build back. It's going to create a problem again. And I'm saying to those who are in charge, there's no way you can tell us, and we the people, that we cannot control the black cedar tucker. There's no way. We proved that with 2 cycles of this, which mainly spray oil. Matt, I need to say to these people who are so responsible for water and water treatment, we are human. If you look at, you put your clothes in Clorox and you put it too heavy, you will and too strong, you will notice what it will do to the clothes. Matt, every single day is Clorox or chlorine or how they call it into our water supply. When you drink the water, it burns your mouth, it burns your nose. You can feel it. You smell, you full your bucket. You can smell the Clorox. You say, oh boy, my bucket had Clorox, but who put the Clorox in? From the water. It's sending a fume, a smoke. We are human. Our pancreas cannot deal with more heavy chlorine. Whosoever doing it, if you're not trained, you should be trained to do that water treatment to people. I need to call on those who are so responsible to look into this. I get complaints from Calibishi up to Marigot, Woodford Hill, Wesley, Marigot. We are feeling it. We are feeling it definitely, and we need you all to do something about it. Try to take care of we the people. Do not treat us as Jim Jones has treated his people. Give us a fair share of everything, because we put a fair share in the economy of Dominica by our tax. Matt, we know definitely at this time there are a lot of promise to the agriculture people. Promise by here, promise by there. Money in the bank here, money there for loans. Matt, we have reached so low and poor. We have reached so low and poor that these money are too late, and so late and little that it cannot do our roads and build us back into the farm and to build up the farm. I believe these people at this time should make way for people that are interested push Dominica and push banana and push plantain and push agriculture, such as our orange, our grapefruits, or we are missing them, Matt. And no effort was made when this greenage of where it come from came in on this crop to see if we could control these things. Then we just cut them out, and now we are missing them, directly missing them. We are missing them for our own use, and we are missing them for the market. Matt, something should be done. Should be done for us to catch up. Matt, when you look into what's going on with the roads and the river, Erica has damaged certain areas, even bells. And I'm not seeing no effort is made to build back the roads that are breakaway. I see we cleaning, we planting flowers, we planting hedges, but we're not building the roads for the transport to run. This is something that we should do. Even at Bells, look at the road. The next side, we know that's a landslide area, and the river has taken away such a long stretch out of that part of the river that we should do something about that immediately. Matt, we have heard talk about building back the Margot Hospital. We have heard talk. We haven't known which is the site and where it's going to be put. We need to know that, and we need the hospital now. Very, 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 very fast. We need it now. Because that area, Margot, without a hospital, where you have the airport in a counter drain, tell me what we can achieve from not preparing for accident by air or by sea or even on land by ourselves without a hospital. Man, we need it now.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll come back to you right after this.
Where Harry did with if you want to support and land. It is how cafe Episa and not well my last 2 weeks. Episa. Harry upon yes is true. Pisa money on Tipotla. Dr. Dimo Kumete urine and see more 3 times a day. Madam Leely do urine Harry mew no medicine to save are you. And where's the prescription? It is me a posh mommy. What's the sense of buying that? Lemoka PC good time. No, you see the importance of going to your pharmacist, listening to your pharmacist, and having confidence in your pharmacist. FFPS.plus will place a higher premium on patient-pharmacist relationship than Quick Care Pharmacy Cote Halsbro just before the National Bank. Cote Quick Care is not just a quick fix. It's not just about tablets and spoonfuls. They brought back the care into medicine. Whether it's a prescription or over-the-counter medication, the priority is your health. To take the right medication, the right amount for the right reason. Madam Harry, I see right in your medical book, next of kin, Henrietta Harry, movie farmer. By the way, it's next of kin, her king, the Harry Ukakemo movie. All I want for you is good care. That is why I always recommend Quick Care Pharmacy. We go to Halsbro.
Right about now, the Marigot Development Corporation presents Marigot Reunion 2017 Memphis International Gospel Revival, Sunday, April 23rd from 6 p.m. sharp, hosted by Yannick Victor and Kenson Wilshire, featuring live out of the Nature Isle, Sanctified, the SDA All-Star Band featuring Lester Celestin and the man Nell. International ministries include Bridget Blusher, Marlon Anderson and Michael Reed. Also featuring live on stage DJ Miracle and the man DJ Alfie. That's happening Sunday, April 23rd, starting 6 p.m. sharp at the Marigot Fisheries Complex. Adults $25, children only $10 gets you in. The Mayfair Memphis International Gospel Revival, brought to you in part by Countryside Bread, Mrs. Studman, Q95 FM Radio, Rubia Spring Water, Prevo Enterprises, Happy Car Rentals, Digicel Play, Marigot Development Corporation, Fruiter, and Digicel. It's all about Sunday, April 23rd, Marigot Reunion 2017, Memphis International Gospel Revival. See you there.
Do you want to drive longer for less? New state-of-the-art Rubis Ultratech gasoline and diesel fuel uses advanced fuel technology to optimize your vehicle's performance and improve its fuel economy. By removing deposits, Ultratech helps keep your engine clean and running like new. What does this really mean for you? Simple. You drive longer and save money. Fuel the difference with Rubis Ultratech fuel. Get Rubis. Get going.
Delicious and creamy coconut curry shrimp, decadent and smoky barbecue ribs, mouth-watering seafood, and a wide selection. Try a satisfying glass of our famous Greenhouse Rum Punch. Greenhouse Sports Bar and Grill, the ideal place for casual dining, healthy MSG-free foods. Come and dine with us in our downtown location or on the Mero Highway. And don't forget our Bayview Catering Hall, where we do weddings, company events, and so much more. Greenhouse is a place for a quality dining experience, drinks, and a comfortable ambiance. Call us in Roseau, 448-0080. In Mero, 449-7223. Visit our Facebook page, Greenhouse Sports Bar and Grill and Bayview Catering Hall. We work hard at improving our quality to meet your demands.
Ever wonder where the stars of Caribbean athletics first made their mark? Or where stardom begins for the next generation? Download the Flow Sports app and watch the future of athletics on display at the Flow Caribbean Games in Curacao, April 15 to 17 for free, exclusively for all Flow customers. Live stream every heart-pounding second on your smartphone or tablet using your Flow ID. Download the Flow Sport app today and watch the future of athletics at the Flow Caribbean Games.
Play fast, play loud, play bold. Enjoy flexibility and best value from Digicel Play's new TV and broadband bundles. With Play Fast, enjoy 32 video channels. Play Loud gives you 46 video channels. Then there's Play Bold, 98 video channels. All bundles come with 50 music channels, 8 radio channels, and 8 megs internet. Choose the bundle that's right for you. Sign up today. Get free connection, free installation, and set-up box. Or sign up for our TV-only offer. Call 616-1700 for details.
Okay, let's come back to the farmer in the house, and the farmers out there with any problems, feel free to call in 449-3095, 449-3096, and 449-3097. These are the numbers to call. You can also call us on the Digicel line 616-4257. These are the numbers to call farmers out there. You know we always stand up for you on the hot sit on a Tuesday. This is your time. Mr. Telemac, what's the latest on the Sigatoka, black Sigatoka in Wesley?
Well, the latest, Matt, as I tell you, they give us 2 cycles of spray oil, which mainly called this spray oil.
Okay.
Which shows that we can control the black Sigatoka. It has changed the qualities, and the leaves, even those that was dry already and failed, and the bunch had left without leaf, some, but from the spray, those bunches have stand up and they have full up that they could use as food and use as market.
So there's some hope there.
There's hope. But what I was saying, this stays too long, because we are since pause and are coming back, and farmers are complaining. So they should do something almost now.
Okay.
To be able to keep us, the farms, under control. Because it can be controlled. Matt, I cut 2 bunches of plantain this morning before I left. And when I look at them, and I say, yes. I say, but this is money that have gone down the drain for the last 70 years. In plantain, banana, and other crops in agriculture. Now, I am saying these fellas, as they say, agriculture was on the back burner. They put it on the back burner and they got forget on the agriculture on the back burner. And they never do anything to respect we the farmers and our family. Matt, if you still have the strength, as I, as a farmer, do I suffer from things. And you can cut 11 bunch of plantain, 11, and you can get $275 and few cents. $300 a person gives you in your hand a month. Does not make much sense to you if you can find market and you can still do your farming. Mother man, a young man which have all his strength and come out to defend himself and a family, he expects to get it. Not unless we understand this is not a joke, and we cannot agree to let the Minister of Agriculture continue joking and take us to make a joke with agriculture. We have to get serious and call for what takes agriculture where he has to go. And if they cannot deliver, they should understand. You had a chance, you had a time, you cannot deliver. So do something that we can be comfortable. You cannot just sit down and own an office and when you're ready, graduate, as I did, this burner. If you go Cassidy's back, the past to see the most flat and fertile agriculture land in Jamaica. You will see agriculture has dead in that area. Okay? And that's where the minister come from. So if you cannot push agriculture in Cassidy, you can't push it in the island. You can't push it around the island. So Matt, this is the time that these fellas must understand. There is no give me a chance today. Is do something honorable that the country can get good leaders, good ministers who are ready to work. Look, just the other day, Dr. Fountain and them started to ship
to Martinique.
To Martinique. When a man say they have brought in over $200,000 in the economy already, it's sharp to understand that there is money out there in agriculture. But remember, we have oil, but we have tankers, we have agriculture, we have got a boat. I have said that over and over here. These fellas are not interested in agriculture and more, they're lazy. I say that here, and it takes hard working men and women to go into government and stand up to defend agriculture this time. Like you see, Dr. Fountain and his team, they are prepared to take it from where it is and build it up from nothing to something. And we know that around them has people that can do that because Mr. James had took the banana from debt to recovery. We have people in our society that can work and do the work that are there to be done. And we have some lazy fellas only hold on to the ministry and all they do is threaten here, threaten there. When they came for we, the farmers, everybody sit down. They say, we sell our inputs. We had 6,000 farmers. They sell their inputs for 600,000 farmers. So now you have 12,000 farmers. Now you're in problem. Now you have 12,000 farmers. Now you can't feed your country. When you had 6, you have to dump, you have to waste, and you had to ship, and you had to feed them. Now you have 12,000 farmers because 6,000 have sold their inputs to 6 other 1,000 farmers. Now you stand up without even food to your country. Matt, this is total. They had this guard us that they didn't support us. After they left us, they went to public works. The Chinese public works. We the people sit back. We did not make an effort to cry for the people at public works. After they left public works, they said the nurses and the teachers had not trained. They had to go into the whole training again. After they left that, they said they constructed the building association and it's constructed. They cannot construct nothing. Matt, we sit back there and we didn't get up and tell these men, no, you cannot treat our people this way. Now, they have taken on the police force. And Matt, it's shameful to understand these men can treat our armed force. The only armed force we have is our policemen. And they can treat them at the lowest stage, Matt, and have no regards for nobody in this country. And Matt, are we going to continue to allow these fellas to ride us by our tails?
Will you be there on Thursday at the meetings, Mr.?
You have to tie me somewhere. You have to tie me somewhere.
For you not to be there.
For me not to be there.
All right. So we'll see you.
Yes, I'm
Mr.
sure.
Telemark on Thursday.
Sure. I definitely sure nothing happened to me to make me sick and to lie down. By God's grace, Matt, I will not turn my back on my people. Matt, some of us is dead. But we have to agree to take it. But we have to survive the country.
All right, coming up next here, the news. Mr. Telemark, it was a pleasure today, Tuesday, on the Farmer's Cry. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Heat the heat. You want to feel cool all the time? Well, here's a deal of a lifetime. Own today a top quality air conditioned unit from Tong Refrigeration. It's as easy as $186 monthly.